Before getting into today's episode, we'd like to thank Mac Performance PT for sponsoring the Walk On Pod. For more on their services and contact information, click the link in our Instagram bio where you will be led to their website. Mac Performance PT, helping Sacramento athletes live life without limits. Thank you for tuning back into the Walk On Pod. I am, of course, Luke Avdalovich, and to my left is Jared Waters, and I'm going to send it down to our very own Tommy Ball to get this intro underway tonight. Tommy, take it away.
Yeah, man. Fired up to have this get on today. Good friend of mine, go way back. Big time basketball player on the pod today, guys. I'm playing. Former basketball player for Oak Ridge's varsity squad and now current quarterback at the University of Stanford. Got Justin Lamson with us today, man. Thanks for hopping on, Justin.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely big time.
Yeah,
Absolutely big time.
Yeah. You couldn't script it any better. Long overdue. But Justin, we'll just kind of toss it over to you to begin what we do with our guests. You can run us through your football story, maybe sprinkle in some basketball there because we know you were an absolute bruiser on the court. So Jared and Luke appreciate and love that. And yeah, let's get right to it, man.
Yeah. So, first of all, appreciate you guys having me on. And then, so like Tommy said, grew up in EDH basically my whole life. Went to Oak Ridge High School. Played a couple different sports growing up, like wrestling, basketball, football, and then kind of just went to basketball and football in high school. Played JV with Tom as a freshman, and then unfortunately, we didn't get to play junior and senior year because COVID, obviously, for my senior year. Then my junior year, when he was a senior, I was injured from a football injury. So just focused on football, basically. My sophomore year of football, I played safety because there was a starting senior quarterback. And then I kind of got to take over the role at quarterback my junior year. Then didn't get a senior year, so kind of got some small offers, some FCS offers, then went to Mountain West, then to the ACC, then decided to go to Syracuse out of high school. Had some injuries there, redshirted, then medical redshirted, and now I'm at Stanford. First year there, and yeah, I love it so far.
I mean, that's just the classic. This is the classic walk-on pod guest, just giving the bare minimum.
Absolute skeleton of the story.
You're not the first to do that, Justin. I wanna go back to Oak Ridge. I want to talk about junior year because Oak Ridge historically has a pretty good football program, I would say, and at least me growing up. Justin absolutely put Oak Ridge on his back our junior year or my senior year, and that's what made it so much fun. It was my last year of high school to watch what Justin was able to do on the field. We won a section championship, and we were a couple plays away from potentially winning a state championship. The team that beat us won the state championship by like 40, right, Justin?
Yeah, they beat Sierra Canyon pretty good. They were a really good team.
So I would talk about that because that's the year that really put you on the map. So kind of hit on that and like I know you were battling through an injury too, and then got healthy that last game of the season and kind of showed everyone what you can do and what you're doing in college now. So
yeah, that was a big year for me. I think just because coming off of playing safety, kind of getting back into the things of quarterback, it was. I mean, I wouldn't say I carried the team, but we had a lot of good guys around us.
You did have a good team for sure.
But a lot of the seniors were really hardworking, and I think that's what made that team so good. But I had a pretty brutal knee injury the first game of the year, and I kind of was like, okay, this is gonna be tough to play on because I would consider myself a dual threat, and it really took away my running ability. And then I don't know if you remember, Tommy, one of the teams we were gonna play. It was week 3, and they got food poisoning, so they couldn't come. It was the team from Nevada. I forgot their name.
Yeah. That Bishop Gorman or something, Bishop Minogue or something.
Yeah. But yeah, so they couldn't come. So it was like another bye week for me. Basically, was able to get healthy, and then we played Folsom, lost by 3, and kind of that during that time I was figuring out how to play a a little bit different, play in the pocket and just throw more, which was actually great for my development as a quarterback. And then yeah, I kind of got more healthy throughout the season, and yeah, I got to the section championship. I wish we would have got the state, but
Yeah,
doesn't work
section
out that way.
championship. It was funny just watching Justin all year be kind of the pocket passer quarterback. We get to the section championship and Justin's fully healthy, and I don't think any of the teams were prepared. You ended up rushing for like 4 touchdowns that game, right?
Yeah, dude, that was a crazy game at Sac
Yeah,
City. The boys were there
yeah.
too.
So we were all there. We were live. It was great. I mean, winning is fun, man. A lot of the crowd comes. But Jared, I hate to say it, I was also in the building for Justin put a hurt on Vacaville High School.
Oh no.
Jared is
like
a
physical hurt?
Jared is a Vaca High graduate, Justin, just so you know. So
Yeah, different times back then.
that was
No,
another fun
Vacaville's a
game.
good team, man. They're a good team, dude. They always got a solid squad.
Yeah, they're trying. They're holding on. They're fighting.
Yeah.
They're gritty, I'm
707.
sure, Jared.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
sure they're
fighting.
gritty.
That's what I'll say.
I mean, I have obviously I know who you are and a little bit of your story through Tommy and everything, but I didn't know too much about your background being a multi-sport athlete and everything. And I want to know, how does that translate to you playing quarterback? Because we've talked to other multi-sport athletes on here about, like if they played basketball or played another sport before they ultimately ran with another sport. And I think there's almost a tactical advantage that you learn from being on different teams and different situations. But obviously, I was not a football player in any sense. I was a field fairy that you guys used to like to call me. So, for my pure curiosity, I want to know, how does that feed into playing QB, with that background?
I mean, see, I kind of translate quarterback and point guard together, but I was definitely far from that because I cannot shoot. I'm just strictly a defensive and rebound guy. So,
Okay.
but I think more of like the team camaraderie thing is, I mean, that's definitely in play. And I mean, just being athletic at another sport never hurts. So I always looked at football and basketball the same growing up until honestly my junior year. So it was kind of the same for me, the way I attack football and basketball.
It was so funny. Justin played basketball like he was on the football field. Like you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And I think it was JB or Justin. You know what I'm going to bring up right now. Our coach obviously was like, "Oh, Justin's a quarterback. We're going to have him take the ball out." we're taking the ball out. I think we're playing Rockland, who historically presses. And Justin literally does a 3-step drop on the baseline. Looks for a Hail Mary and hits the bottom of the backboard because he just gets a little too much air under it. Yeah, that's a
Dude,
good
that was
memory
the
I
that
have,
was the
man.
worst. That was the worst film session ever. I remember it was at DJ's house, bro, and everybody was on my head about it. Brutal scene for me. Really brutal scene for me.
But
It's funny.
the one thing about Justin is you knew the effort was always going to be there. He was using his fouls. That's for sure.
100%.
Yeah, you need those guys.
100%.
See, so
Need 'em.
that feels like a safety. That feels like a safety mindset, kind of free
Yeah.
roaming. Like, if I gotta knock him out, I'm gonna knock him out. Like, I don't know. Again, like I said, not the extent of my football knowledge comes from the ESPN fantasy app. So I don't want to act like I'm some expert over here. But
Yeah, we can. I actually would love to get a little fantasy talk with Justin here too.
man, look, like I said, we can get into that. No, I was genuinely curious though, because like for me, like you said, the point guard role and the QB role, I feel like a lot of people always do kind of put those two hand in hand, and for obvious reason. But I feel like a QB almost, in the reads you have to make, and the sacrifice you kind of have to put your body in, like in terms of sometimes you got to sit in a throw and knowingly that you're going to get hammered. Like I feel like that's almost something that would resonate with, like you're saying, more of like the role that you were playing on the court with like a defensive specialist, kind of a hard nosed go getter type of guy. So it's funny to me that that's kind of the situation you explained.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely feel like those two translate to each other for sure.
Oh.
Like I said, that was pure
What's-
curiosity out of myself. I don't know if anyone else really cared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jared.
What I was gonna ask, what do you feel like is what's the hardest part, or the part that people don't know about playing quarterback? Because like kind of like how Luke's talking about, Luke and I don't have any real like football knowledge. So what do you think is the toughest thing from your experience as far as playing quarterback?
I mean, since I've got to college, it's more about honestly the dedication to like the film and knowing the defense. I mean, that's something. I mean, I experienced it this year, just being able to learn how to read defenses very quickly against like super good teams. Like we played Oregon, we played Washington this year. Um, Being able to like know their keys, I think, is the biggest part of being a quarterback. I mean, and it's not easy, man, especially against dudes that are really athletic and being able to know what they're gonna do and really quick. It's probably one of the most difficult things in sports, I would say. So, just being dialed in with, and plus like having the plays and being able to check into other stuff. It's just, I think it's the mental side, man. It's just knowing who's got what and what the defense is doing all at the same time. Because I think those things all correlate together for sure.
How
Now,
big?
go ahead, Luke.
I was gonna say, how big was that jump from? Because obviously Oak Ridge plays at a very high level of high school football, but it's nothing, I'm sure, compared to Division 1, especially at that level. How big was that jump for you from high school to college?
Yeah, like you said, I think Oak Ridge really put me in a good spot because of the competition in the SFL. But it's like it's going to be a big jump no matter what, unless you're playing, I guess, in the Trinity League, because you got a couple D1 guys on the field in college and high school every game, but now you just got dudes all over the field. And if someone gets injured, the next guy comes up and they're just as good. So, I mean, I think it's a big jump for everybody.
I was gonna ask, are the playbooks and the audibles as crazy as they are, like as the NFL makes them to be? Like how difficult is memorizing every play and every audible for you? And how much time does that take? I guess I would ask.
Yeah, I think that's actually a good question. From what I've heard, the NFL stuff is ridiculous. Obviously, I haven't experienced that, but I have been in 3 different offenses in my time in college. So what I've found is if you're willing to put in the work and actually study the plays, then you're going to be just fine. And if you just go out there and be like, oh, I got this, you're not going to be successful. So it's all about work ethic, really.
Yeah, a lot of hours off the field as well
Sure.
as on.
Yeah, 100%.
You're just making it sound real simple on paper. I can only imagine.
Yeah. And you won't fool me. I watched the quarterback series. Kirk Cousins was in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Studying like
Yeah, dude.
crazy.
Well, and then like you get the clips of like the one that's blowing up right now is the one of Joe Burrow with all his crazy calls and stuff in the huddles and stuff, and it's like that is gibberish to the naked ear. Like that literally is insanity to me.
Yeah, no, that's real stuff, man. Like Coach Taylor, our head coach, I mean, he teaches us basically to write up plays, and like during the off season in the summer, like I'm in my room drawing up these boxes. Like I got my pen and paper right next to me, with my notepad. I could show you guys, but it's like you write up plays and it's just continuous. Each play, what's your read, and you just have to work at it every single night, or else you're just not going to be on top of it. It's pretty crazy, but I mean, it's pretty fun if you enjoy it, I guess.
I was gonna say that's probably where the enjoyment comes out of for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and I got one more funny. This is more of a funny quarterback question, I guess I've got for Justin. It's kind of a two-parter. So I've got, what do you think of the current cadence Dak Prescott is rocking with in the NFL? And do you have a cadence that you like to use?
No, okay, dude, I love the cadence, first of all, because you hear all the NFL dudes going with the wide 80, and then he just switched it up with the here we go. I love the cadence. I yeah, you don't like it?
Not at all. It's so annoying to
Wow.
me. And like
This is this is above my pay grade, so I don't know what you're talking about.
you definitely okay, next time you watch a Cowboys game, you're just gonna hear it 80 times.
It's all game long, Jared. It's all game
So
long.
it's essentially he's like a girls' volleyball team.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
every
It
time he's
feels
stepping up to hike the ball, he says, "Yeah, here we go." Every
it
time.
just feels very Dallas Cowboys to me, I guess, is is my thing.
I can get behind that statement right there. I can definitely get behind that statement. But I think generally I like the clap or the silent cadence.
Okay.
We'll go the silent cadence in away games, but we don't in college. You don't really change it up too much. I think in the NFL they got points and stuff that right now we're not doing, and not a lot of college teams
Yeah.
are doing that kind of stuff. So it's pretty basic.
Got you.
Makes sense. No, I was gonna ask. So I was trying to do the math in my head, but I don't actually know what year he graduated. But coming up as a kid in the Oak Ridge system and everything with a guy like Ian Book playing quarterback, what kind of expectation does that set for yourself, and was he a motivation for you moving forward?
Yeah. Ian and I are actually pretty close. Our families grew up pretty close, and I was texting him today. We're gonna throw on Monday, so Ian set the bar high. I mean, Tommy knows that Oak Ridge and the whole town of El Dorado Hills knows who Ian is, and
Yeah.
I think he's been more of like a motive, like he's been more of a mentor for me, and he's taught me so much that um, like I can't thank him enough. So I think that's definitely the goal is playing in the NFL and getting drafted in the fourth round or higher. Honestly, even getting drafted, I just think it's awesome. But yeah, he's been a great mentor, and yeah, he's been great to everybody on the football team at Oak Ridge.
That's super dope. It sucks too, because like I'm sure it's even worse for you guys and being Oak Ridge and stuff, but like last year when he had to step in for the Saints, I believe that was last year, and people were like memeing
Oh,
him, and like I know like I play Madden and he's always like a bogus like basic card that you get on Mutt and stuff, and like it's so tough to see because it's like, man, this guy's really a household name like
yeah.
in the
Mhm.
area. Like people know who Ian Book was, and like he was a killer at Notre Dame. Like he was a killer. So like it's I don't want to say it's funny because it's really kind of sad to see like when that side of professional sports comes out and like I don't have a personal connection to him obviously, but it feels close to home, and it's just like
Yeah.
damn, I don't like to see that. But that's dope that he keeps a good relationship with
Yeah,
everybody.
Ian. That Ian Kevin Cassis connection went a long way for Oak Ridge.
Yeah, for sure.
We had
For
Kevin
sure.
on here. I don't know if you knew that, Justin. We had Kevin on here. One of our first episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
was
watched
early.
some of that episode.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Look
Kevin's
at
the
this
man.
guy.
He's tapped in,
Look-
bro. He's tapped in.
That's elite.
I'm tapped in.
I got a good question here for you. Fast forward into your time at Syracuse, and we've talked a lot about transferring on this podcast, just the way the basketball like transfer portal works. And
Yeah.
I was in it this last year. Luke was in it after he graduated from Northern Arizona. So what is that like for football? Like when you decided, hey, like because you played in the spring for Syracuse, and then you decided that you were going to move on. Like what was there kind of the state of unknown, like you didn't know what was going to happen, or were you pretty comfortable when you as soon as you hit the portal?
Yeah, I mean, I think the portal sucks. Like, I I don't know how your guys' experience went, but I mean, mine was. I thought it was just really stressful not knowing if you were gonna like be able to go somewhere. Like, I think I got very lucky and had like great offers out of the portal, and not a lot of people do. But I still found it really stressful. Like, you have to the whole moving process, the whole transfer process, and just like meeting new people is like not the best thing in the world. But I think probably just like basketball, there's a lot of uncertainty. So I mean, it was difficult at times, but
How was that move from El Dorado Hills to New York? How did that treat you?
it was brutal stuff, man. I early enrolled, so when I got there, it was winter time, and I mean, we go up to Tahoe to see snow every once in a while, but dude, seeing that snow for 3 months straight is brutal.
It's different
So
living in
brutal.
it, especially
Yeah.
in. I'm sure you had the same thing, if not worse. Waking up when the sun's not up yet, and there's just feet of snow outside of your
Oh,
dorm or wherever you're living, and you got to go get your workouts in. Man, it's a different animal, and I'm sure it's even worse in New York than where I was at. So I can't even imagine. I do want to ask something about Syracuse specifically. Northern Arizona is very notoriously known for their Sky Dome that they play in. What was it like playing? What was the Carrier Dome like?
It was electric. Honestly, I played at like a lot of really cool places, and I think the Carrier Dome was probably top three for sure. Especially when the fans show up, it gets rowdy and it's pretty loud. So
No,
yeah,
yeah, that's definitely a dope venue. It's
Did you ever hit any basketball games or no?
yeah, dude, the basketball games were sick. The UNC, the students were tailgating like a couple days before. It's pretty awesome.
It's good vibes. It's crazy that you lived in New York for a couple of years, man. I can't even fathom that.
Wild.
Shout out to Jeff, man. Shout out to Jeff. He took him back on the cross country road trip to move everything back.
Yep, he did.
My guys even made a pit stop in Pocatello. That's how you know they're real.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that's like ripping the Band-Aid off. So Tommy said, you use your legs, you used to call yourself a dual threat quarterback. Who would you say is your QB comparison?
Ooh.
Dude, in the NFL, I would say is probably Baker Mayfield. Honestly, I just feel like his personality is like, dude, I don't. Everyone wants to sit here and go Patrick Mahomes. Like I'm not making the throws Patrick Mahomes is making, but I do feel like Baker Mayfield and I have the same like competitive greatness. So probably compare myself to him.
Hey, Bake's a
I like
dog.
that. I like that.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Hey,
Yeah.
he's a walk-on himself too. So, we support him
Facts.
over here at the Walk-On Pod.
That's
That's for
right.
sure.
There we
That's
go.
a
Hell
good
yeah, we do.
comparison. That's a
Baker
really good
Mayfield.
comparison. I wasn't expecting to hear Baker Mayfield actually.
Is that because of his one game appearance for the Rams on Thursday Night Football?
Maybe. No, I'm kidding, dude. I just think wherever he goes, he wins. He finds a way to win. It's pretty cool to see, dude.
He's impressive for sure.
Yeah.
That's funny. I like what you said. Like some people when you ask them player comparisons and stuff, they want to shoot for the stars and say the notable names. But I think that shows kind of Jared talks about like self-awareness and stuff, but it's like that means you've studied a lot of game film. You know where your bread is butter, and you obviously know the game really well. And I don't think many people would sit confidently compare themselves to Baker Mayfield and have real good reasoning behind it. So I actually really like that a lot.
Mhm.
Tommy, what would you say your quarterback comparison is?
A quarterback comparison? I don't have.
Yeah.
That's whoever. That's Julian Edelman in the slot, actually catching the wide receiver pass. Jacoby Myers was doing that the other night.
He actually did throw a touchdown.
Yeah, he threw a touchdown the other night.
Yeah,
That'd be me. I mean, Justin's seen me run a few routes. He knows what I'm capable of.
Oh, boys! I mean, this guy cannot run a route for his life. It's
That's
brutal
actually
stuff.
crazy.
I mean, I don't even have the words to respond to that.
Hey, that's coming from the professional, man.
Hey,
Yeah, sometimes you hate to
That's
see
right.
it.
I
I would hate
hot
on
route
his
he's
jump.
calling for you, Tom, is a sub.
I would hate on his jump shot, but he already hit on that himself. So
I don't know if you caught that one, Tom. Jared just absolutely.
I heard it. I just chose to ignore it.
Crazy. That was really crazy.
I mean,
Jared,
if Jared wants to see me, he doesn't want to touch my zig route. All right, Justin,
you
you know
talking
my
about,
zig
man?
route's nice.
I play press coverage. I weigh 200 pounds. First 5 yards, get my shots.
You've seen Jared on the basketball court right now. I don't know if the
maybe
DB
take
Yeah, more
20
D.
minutes to
Yeah,
warm up first, man.
Yeah, D tackle's probably more of the proper mobility comparison if we're going comparison.
Jared, do you want to ask the question or do you want me to ask it?
I'll
I feel like this is really your question, honestly.
It is because I get attacked all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear your favorite Tommy story. High school basketball, non-basketball, whatever your favorite Tommy story is. What is it?
Jeez, boy.
Make it as embarrassing as possible.
I wish you guys prepared me for this so I could think about it.
But this is
You go
organic.
a
This
couple
is
different
natural.
routes here.
Yeah, no, they threw a different defense at you right now. You got to be ready for it,
Make the right read here, man.
dude, Tommy's like, he's always in the funk. Like, I don't know if I want to bring up like a party story or like, I don't know. I think dude, I mean, I've seen this guy, like, if you guys play basketball with Tommy, dude, you can see him get angry. But I remember a couple times, dude, I was getting ripped by, or probably after Granite Bay when Tommy and I were getting into it with the student section post game W. We won that game, right? I remember
Hell
I
yeah,
was
we won that
injured.
game. I never lost to Granite Bay.
Yeah, dude, I was injured. Tommy's fired up. I mean, this guy, you had a pretty good game, and I'm back there, like not even dressed. Tommy's talking shit to the student section. I'm right behind him, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that was
That's the thing
probably
I
one
could
of our
always
best
count on for
moments.
Justin. Justin was going to go to battle with me if nobody else was.
Yeah, dude.
Respect
Polo
that. I
on,
respect that.
polo on, ready to scrap. I mean, this guy, I've met a lot of competitive people. He's top 3. So he was ready at all times.
There we go.
That's not the
You
question
need
I was
that.
expecting. That's not the question I was expecting to be asked. I'm sure Luke has that one ready though.
No, I honestly think, his answer told us everything we know. Longtime listeners know that, Tommy Ball up against a rival Granite Bay, jawing with the student section. I think that just paints the picture that he was the face of Oak Ridge. I mean, I think,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I
It
think that's,
was.
yeah, you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
there we go,
I
Mr.
didn't,
Trojan.
we didn't even need to ask the question to get the answer we
Mm.
wanted. I think real
Yeah.
listeners,
Yeah.
they heard what he was trying to say, that, the city was rallying behind him. So,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
man.
Especially, man, we've had some very golden Tommy stories on here.
Yeah,
Rachel's probably
Rachel.
given the best story, but
What was Rachel's story?
that she saved his life because he can't swim,
yeah, she was
apparently.
because he can't swim.
I was
She
struggling
saved him
to
from
swim across
drowning.
Folsom Lake one of these days, and Rachel didn't save me from drowning, but Rachel was in the near distance, prepared to help me. Rachel, yeah, that was a funny story.
She
Rachel
saw.
was a funny
She saw.
episode,
She
too.
said she saw him go straight up, so she knew.
Tom can't swim. I hate that
Yeah,
for you,
it's
dude.
not my strong suit, man. I can swim. It's not my strong suit though.
It's a real Tyler Hero of him.
It's neither.
All
here
right.
nor
Is it starting 5 time, fellas? I actually am very excited for this one.
Let's dance,
Or-
man. I'm fired up for this.
Yeah.
I think it goes without saying that this starting 5 makes sense. We have starting 5 quarterbacks for obvious reason.
Yep.
Now, I believe Tommy filled you in on how we usually do this. We kind of let the guests decide how they want it to go. We've been doing serpentine draft often. But again, it's all up to you. You can choose how you want us to select our starting 5s here. Go ahead and
Yeah.
let us know.
You can rip your starting 5 1 through 5, Justin, or we can do a fantasy style pick.
So with the fantasy, we just have a pool basically who we pick from.
Or no, just like you.
No, like a
Just like a draft.
serpentine.
Just
Yeah,
serpentine
snake
draft.
draft.
All right, let's go draft. Let's go
I
draft.
like that. I like that a lot. Now
You get to
now
pick
do
the
you have
order,
a-
man.
You
Who
can pick.
do you
You
wanna
get to
go
pick the order
first?
too.
Okay. Let's go Tommy first, and
Okay.
then we'll go Luke, and then Jared, and then I'll end it with a bang.
See, this is how you know
Let's get it.
he's a fantasy guy. He liked the end of the round turnaround. He's a smart guy. He's a smart guy.
He was doing the numbers. He's like,
Yeah.
okay, 4 picks.
Let's do it, man.
the turn of the draft is always the place to be. So I
Turn
like
is a
that.
good
4 and 5.
spot. All right. Let's get it started, man. Point guard. All right. I've got a southpaw here. Maybe someone that we want to control the game at all times. He's mobile as well, old timer. You guys might be surprised by this pick. Good friend of mine. And give me Steve Young at the 1. Got San Francisco 49ers, Steve Young at the 1. Holding it back there for us. He's gonna see
Yeah.
the field. He's gonna see the court just how we need it, dishing out dimes like
Yeah.
Steve Nash. You got Steve Young there at the 1.
It's got God on his side over there.
He sure does, man.
Good family friend of Tommy's too. That's big time.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing about my point guard. I don't have to say much about him. I think he screams culture. He screams what we need with our team. And he's a guy that is always gonna fight for his teammates, always gonna have his teammates back. And he's looking to eat a W at every possible chance he can get. Give me
Oh,
Jameis. Give me Jameis at the point
God,
guard.
no.
What? He's a point guard. He's a point guard.
I don't know
Jameis is
about
a point guard. He's like I said. He embodies the culture that I need my team to have.
He
And
gets
he's
in the
gonna fight
passing
for it.
lanes, gets a lot of steals. Yeah.
He's a turnover machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, look,
His
man. I
assist to
just
turnover ratio.
Yeah, we
is
got young
crazy.
John Wall out there at the 1.
look, but boy, is he gonna put fans in those seats?
You're right.
I'm hard pressed to find someone who doesn't love Jameis Winston, and that's the type of
Yeah.
point guard you need.
Yeah, that was the worst thing
That's-
that happened to Olave this year. Is Derek Carr came back.
Yeah, man, Winston was airing it out. Horrible passes to him.
First
love
pass
Jameis,
should have
man.
been intercepted, turns into a Chris Olave touchdown.
And that's what you get when you roll out J-Bo at the 1.
Oh, man.
All right, okay.
What you got, Jared?
At my point guard, he's the leader, unquestionably, and he's the GOAT. Give me Tom. That's all I need to say.
TB12.
Give me Tom,
Simple.
man.
That's
Tom,
crazy.
if you don't have Tom, you know what you're doing.
I
Good
don't.
pick, man.
Tom,
He's a true walk-on. Come on, man. True walk-on.
He's actually he fits the mold.
Yeah, come on, man. You saw his draft day picks, combine
Yeah.
picks.
all right, boys. I'm going with number 1. Is gonna be Baker Mayfield because I just feel like he's gonna lead the guys out of the locker room. He's gonna rally the troops no matter the situation. All right. And then, do I get to pick my number 2 guy?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Two?
you have a
Shooting
turn.
guard.
Two.
Shooting guard is
Okay.
you.
I'm going Aaron Rodgers. I just feel like he's really sneaky athletic, and I feel like he'd be a really good basketball player. And I feel like he's got a mean jumper, dude. I feel like he's got a mean jumper. I don't know why.
Sneaky.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that pick. I'm not mad
Yeah,
at it though. Not mad at all.
Shooting
Coming
guard.
coming off an Achilles. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong
Yeah.
with it.
At shooting guard, I just have one word: electric. That's how I would describe my shooting guard. This is the Allen Iverson of my team.
Yeah.
You know, he's all about the run and gun, and you know, there just hasn't been a better athlete at the position. So give me Michael Vick,
Yeah,
shooting
good.
guard.
I like that pick from you.
Some might argue Action Jackson, but that's I'm not mad at that pick. Shout out to Mike Vick in Madden 04. Absolute problem.
Unstoppable. Literally, you could put 2 spies on and could not stop this guy.
Yeah, he was a menace.
Yeah.
My shooting guard knows how to score. He and the thing about my shooting guard is he shares the wealth. A lot of times my guy isn't necessarily a volume scorer. This quarterback and I might make someone on this call sick based off something I picked up earlier, but he's responsible for 2 of the greatest wide receiver seasons of all time. And I think he's very underrated in terms of his all-time ranking as a quarterback. I got Matt Stafford at the shooting guard. I think he's a tough, hard-nosed player. And obviously he looks to score a lot. Like I said, he was feeding his wide receiver ones. So I need him at the shooting guard.
I like that pick, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Justin, did you have
he's
that
a
one in
Rams
there?
fan? Yeah.
I don't really like that pick. I'm gonna be straight up. I don't know if he's a 2 guy. I'd maybe put him at the 3 or the 4, but I don't know about
Okay.
2.
It's fine. I may or may not be rolling him out as my franchise QB for the playoffs now too because of Herbert's unfortunate injury. So I gotta believe in my guy. I gotta believe in him.
That's fair.
Okay, I can get behind that though. I can get behind that for sure. I'm serious. I'm serious, dude.
My 2. We'll keep it simple here. We've got to have someone to match the speed that Jared's rolling out there at the 2. So we're gonna go with Action Jackson here at the 2. Just a playmaker, showtime. He's gonna get the job done. He might not be the star power that Mike Vick is, but maybe he is. He's that guy, man, and he's having a hell of a season right now. So
yeah,
moving to the 3, we'll keep the star-studded power going. This guy was a hell of a college football player. Still a good NFL quarterback. Not as good in the NFL as he was in college, but just an elite QB regardless. Give me Vince Young at the 3. Vince
like
Young
that.
holding it
Great
down
pick.
for my small forward.
It's a good pick. Good pick.
Yeah, he's gonna
I
be
like that.
He's going to be getting above the rim.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna make a quick audible here. I have someone in my
You're at the line of you're at the line of scrimmage right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a quick audible because I had this guy in a different position at first. But I want to get him off the board right now, and I think he fits the three really well. For one reason, if LeBron was a quarterback, I feel like this is what he would play like. I got Cam Newton at the three. I mean,
Yeah.
you want to talk about a two-way defender, a scorer, just absolute powerful presence on the perimeter. I think Cam Newton embodies that. And like I said, like if LeBron was a QB, I feel like this is exactly how he would play. So
They would have been
give me
running
Superman.
They would have been stacking the O-line and running quarterback power. LeBron was back there.
Just straight through it, and then hitting them folks in the end zone. Like what are you doing, bro? But yeah, give me Superman Cam at the small forward. I like that a lot.
Good pick.
Yeah, solid pick. I'm gonna throw it back. I am the resident historian here. I've only owned 2 football jerseys my entire life. One of them was a Warren Sapp jersey, randomly, and then the other one
Sapp, huh?
is this jersey. This guy's a legend. Family favorite. Give me Bernie Kosar, small forward.
Wow. Resident
Big Browns guys.
for sure.
Yeah,
Bernie Kosar. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah,
quarterback for the Browns.
Dog pound, baby.
Yeah, come on, man.
All right, there we go. That's a 3.
I like that. Okay, I'm trying to keep the roster kind of young, but there's gonna be some vets in there. At my 3, I'm going Justin Fields. I feel like the 3, you need someone really athletic, pretty physical. So I'm going Jay Fields for sure.
Good pick.
I like that.
It's a great pick.
That. I'm a Justin Fields believer, by the way, too. I don't know if anyone cares, but I'm just gonna put that out there.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah, he plays for the Bears, so can't believe too much.
I think he's a good player. He's gonna be really good. Going with number 4. I think you guys are gonna like this one. I'm going Will Levis. I just think
Really?
Yes, bro. Yes.
Wow. Is there a reason behind that? You just
Dude,
maybe he's like a pick and pop guy for you.
I don't even see him as like a guy that's gonna score a lot of points, but I do think the 4 needs to be physical. I feel like I'm gonna get most of my scoring from 1, 2, and 3, and then like dish it down to number 5. You know what I mean? Like, but I want Will to get in there, get grimy, and be just an absolute menace. So
he was lowering his shoulder Monday night. So
yeah, that jump he had for the first down, I need that on my team. I need it.
He bulldozed Jalen Ramsey.
He did.
Wasn't expecting that at all.
Good pick. Yeah, nice pick though.
Good pick.
Yeah, for me at the power forward, you had more of like a physical player. I'm gonna have more of a finesse. He's gonna make good quick reads. He's good in the DHO, good in transition with the ball, and he just pinpoint passer. So give me Joe Montana at the power forward.
Joe Montana, yeah, good pick. Good pick.
Yes.
My 4-man, similar to Jared, facilitator for sure. And I'm just gonna say he showed that with his play on the field and off the field. I have Phillip Rivers at my 4.
Oh, I love that. I love it.
Man, Phillip Rivers is a family man, to say the least. He's a great guy, and his longevity in the league, I think, is something to take note of here. We could run the offense through the 4-man at the top of the key for years. His game, translates. So give me Phillip Rivers at the 4.
Yeah,
nice pick.
I don't think people are ready for that
a lot. I like that pick a lot, and I see where you're going with the 4-man initiating offense at the top of the key, and that's what I want to do with mine. So that's where I'm going to put this guy here, and maybe we're going to have a couple Omaha sets, if you know what I mean. Give me Peyton Manning at the 4. Peyton Manning at the 4. He's going to do it for us.
The sheriff.
Turn it around to the 5. The sheriff. Turn it around to the 5. We need size here. We need height. We need a guy who's not going to be afraid to get physical and get down there in the paint and go give me some post hooks. That's why I've got Big Ben Roethlisberger down there. Good old Big Ben. He's gonna get physical.
It's a
He's
good
gonna
pick.
get
It's a good
grimy
pick.
in the paint for us.
Yeah, I don't. The Tommy Ball PR team. I don't know how they're feeling about the Big Ben pick, but
You know, we have a good group. We have a good group of lawyers, and
Right. Okay. I thought you were gonna say a good
that's why
group
we
of
went and got
guys
him.
to like try
Yeah,
to
No.
build a better culture.
We got a good.
You're just going
we got a
straight
good
to
group of lawyers.
the.
No,
That's
we can't
crazy.
defend. Yeah, we got a good group of lawyers.
But my 5-man, I think you need your center to be ready to make the biggest plays on the biggest stages. And sometimes you're gonna call upon him to do things that's not in his repertoire, but in order to win, that's what you need. He's also got a lot of size, so I respect it. But give me, Philly Special's own Nick Foles at the center. This guy's an NFL champion. Caught a touchdown against the Patriots. You can't make this up. You literally can't make this up. So I need Nick Foles at the center.
Love that
man.
pick.
That is very unfortunate because my center he's just a real bruiser. And he can throw the Kevin Love outlet passes. He throws bombs. He unleashed the greatest wide receiving duo ever. Give me Dante Culpepper at the center.
Hey,
That's a really
there it
good
is.
pick, actually.
Good
I like
pick.
that.
Dante Culpepper.
I like
Guy
that a lot.
threw the ball like 70 yards.
Yeah.
Who are you pairing that front court with?
Me?
Pairing the front
Oh,
No,
court
Justin.
with Cam Newton. I know that someone had him at the 3, dude, but I feel like he
Yeah,
could
he's not
spread
a
out the
3.
court
He's
a
not a
little bit.
3.
He's a 3,
probably
bro.
not-
Don't do
He's
that.
not a
Oh my
3.
God.
He's not 3.
That guy-
Dude,
Y'all know that Giannis plays the 3
size.
too. Like Giannis will play the 3 at times. You're telling me that Cam Newton isn't a 3? Are you serious?
This guy Cam Newton's like DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Well, I don't know. I just feel like with him and Fields on the court at the same time, it's pretty dangerous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, those dudes are athletic, and honestly, like with Fields at the 3, dude, we can just do so much with Cam Newton at the 5. But I'm gonna turn around at the 6. A guy that's gonna replace Baker Mayfield is gonna be Drew Brees. I feel like they kind of have the same mentality, same kind of body type. But if I need someone to come in and take charge of the offense, I'm going with Drew Brees.
So walk
like
on.
that pick.
Drew Brees the walk on. Got it.
Drew
Yeah,
Brees, the
Drew
walk-on.
Brees is the walk-on pick. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. My walk on is an actual walk on. This guy's a Super Bowl champion. He came out of nowhere. But man, when he was at the helm, this was an explosive offense. Give me Kurt Warner as my walk on.
Warner.
I was actually
Arizona's
was
Great,
finest.
great walk on. Just like
great story.
can't-
Great story
yeah,
for sure.
Come on, man.
My original lineup had Kurt Warner as the walk on, but then someone else,
No,
came to mind.
Please don't pick.
Someone else came to mind, and we talk about a walk on. We talk about a walk on that is willing to do whatever it takes to get on the field, and that's exactly what this QB does. And he's honestly one of the focal points of his offense, despite being the biggest utility player in the league. I got
Oh my
Taysom
God.
Hill at the walk on.
Okay, you didn't take my pick. Thank goodness.
Extremely unsung hero, I think. And he's again a hard-nosed guy that you gotta respect.
I think that's a really good walk.
On fantasy,
pick.
lines up as a
Yeah.
tight end, though. All I know.
I mean,
Yeah.
he does, but he doesn't line up
uh,
at tight end. He's really a QB.
As an Alvin Kamara owner in fantasy, he bothers me. The ball gets to the 1 yard line, I get nervous.
He does whatever it takes.
Walk on. My walk on pick. Luke scared me here. I thought he was going to go with my guy. I've got a guy who's just willing to adapt to any situation, and this is another guy who just wants to get on the field, and he just produces when he's out there. He might not be getting wins all the time, but he's racking up the passing yards. Give me Ryan Fitzpatrick as my walk on.
That's a great pick. Guy has a great commercial repertoire as well.
Yeah,
He's
he
got a
was
great
in the league
brand.
for
He has a great
years,
brand.
and he's the man, dude. I've got Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Did you see
my
him
walk
blaming
on.
the Chargers' loss on Justin Herbert last night? That's definitely
No.
nuts to me.
I did
Dude
not
was in
see
a
that.
hoodie on the sideline. He blamed it on Justin Herbert.
Wow, that sounds all right.
Perfect for
Nice.
Tommy
There's
Steen.
another thing for my PR team to take care of. That's
Yeah,
nice.
no kidding.
Hey, I like the list,
Okay.
fellas.
Yeah, those are some good lists.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, so Justin, Tommy doesn't get on the links much. Do you get out and get on the golf course at all, or no?
Yeah, but I'm pretty bad, dude. Pretty bad.
Dude.
I'm not gonna
Dude.
sit here and lie.
Dude, it's all right. I have the secret for you.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so you got to go to practice, get your throws in, and
Yeah.
you know, big Patty here. Patty, he may throw some dimes, but with
Yeah.
50 chips a night, I'm gonna be throwing dots. My competition won't even put up a fight.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's
Look at
That
Jared,
hit, bro.
Edgar Allan Poe Waters.
that was impressive.
I love
Yeah.
it,
That was
man.
impressive. That was impressive.
He's
Yeah.
been dicing these up for 72 episodes, Justin.
Yeah.
He's had some really good ones. He's had some really bad ones.
Is that the closer for the episode?
Yeah.
That's
I
that's
mean,
one of them.
50 chips
it's
a
right
night
there.
get you right, man. That's
Love
all you gotta
that.
do.
Merch coming
Love
soon.
that.
Merch coming soon, man. Coming soon. But Justin, man, thank you so much for hopping on here tonight. This is fun. I'm glad we could finally get you on here and just chop it up, man.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate it. This was a great time. Appreciate you
Yeah.
guys.
Big
Thank you,
thank you.
Justin.
Big
We
thank you,
appreciate you, man. Good luck in the off season.
Yes, sir.
Sure, big off season ahead. Another fun year coming up for the boy. What I don't even know what conference Stanford's in anymore. So are you back in the ACC?
Back in the ACC, man.
Ooh, do you get the Carrier Dome next year?
We do.
That's exciting. Hell
That's
yeah.
March calendars,
crazy.
folks.
That's actually awesome.
Yeah, I'm fired up for that
Let's
one,
go.
boys. I'm
Yeah.
fired up.
Well, I'll be tuned in for sure. So, Justin, appreciate you, man. And as always, listeners, these are your favorite walk-ons. We're walking out.